guys want to just run through things. This is not going to be my edited videos or my shorts. So I'm just going to get into the season and what I thought of things. Okay, so first off, we're going to start off with Kendall. I predicted that he would get it, and he kind of did get it until Shiv woke up. Okay, now, first I want to say, I do not like what Shiv did, but it was the best of all of them. And Roman put it best. Everything is okay? This is the shit. So, he said it. And I feel like he comes out victorious because he grieved properly. He tormented, he went through so much torment with his dad and everything, and he had like the worst end of the stick out of all things. That's why he behaved the way he did. I'm not being sympathetic towards him. I'm just saying the things that this outcome is better for him. He left the job. He was fine with not going on. He bared his soul and everything. He finally woke up, and now he doesn't have to go this. And thankfully, he's young enough to hopefully go to therapy and everything, all that stuff. This is not a commercial for BetterHelp, but if you need it, go. But yeah, I think he won at the end. Now, she's an effed up individual, okay? She doesn't love Tom. She's been screwing over him. She's wanting her dad's approval so much. Even though she is so smart and intelligent and everything, it still all came down to a man holding her future. And I laugh awkwardly because that's sad to even think about. So anyways, with Shiv, she kind of wins, she kind of loses because she's still going to be in Tom's ear, okay, regardless. Because Tom, he's just a schmuck. I don't know why he wants to deal with all that pain. Maybe, like she said, he's a masochist. So, hey, it is what it is. Tom, good looking out for Greg. Greg has been doing your dirty work. Even though you treat him like crap sometimes, it is what it is. Greg, I love that you stood by family and everything, but it is what it is. You didn't deserve the things that Tom was doing to you, but you was being a lapdog for everybody. I felt that he really did have a connection with Ken Dog, though. Okay, so all that being said, let's just get back into the review. Okay, Kendall lost out the most because he pushed away his family. He went against his values, which was lining himself up with Minkin. That actor is so hot for an old guy. Okay, so anyways, let me get back in here, girl. Yeah, so he eventually did turn to his dad. He was even abusive to Roy, and another thing that I noticed that nobody's talking about, he said, what time did he off somebody? So you did this before? Like, oh my gosh, dude, get some counseling. For real. He deserved what he got, okay? Because he was trying to live up to a standard. He thought he was a good guy. We all thought he was a good guy. I feel bad for him because he did not accomplish, but look what he had to do. He had to turn himself inside out. He literally was on drugs when we first was introduced to him, and he was using drugs to mask his feelings of the way he was grew up. Okay, so I ain't no psychologist or whatever, but yeah, so I feel like this is his wake-up call. Hopefully he doesn't off himself, because that's what I was expecting. And I like the way the show ended. Like, it ended in true fashion, because even his right-hand man, Hugo, was all on Tom's nuts, okay? But it is what it is. Hugo, you gotta go. I don't understand. Maybe money flips people like that. Maybe I don't have enough money like that to make myself flip, to just be treated that way by people. Lastly, because before I get into Shiv again, with Kendall, Frank voted against, okay? They knew they was not people that could run a company. And one thing I want to say about their dad and other people in his positions, they always say the kids ain't ready, but you guys do not teach the kids. How are the kids supposed to learn by the way that you don't teach them? Like, you scold at them. That's the old school way. Now, that, even though I'm modern in this world and everything, I still feel like the old school way does work, but the old school way does not work on everybody, okay? Y'all know the old school way is scolding somebody, beating them down and all that stuff, like, not even physically, but just telling them so they do the reverse and makes them do better. Like, when it comes to me in sports and everything, I need that person to say, you can't do it, so I can prove them wrong, and then I can prove myself that I can do it. So, in terms of that, but that was the motivation that them children need. Them children are damaged. I pray for Shiv's child, okay? Now, let's get into Shiv, okay? Shiv, poor thing. She's been used by everybody. Her dad, Tom, except for I I can't think his name or whatever, but he really didn't have a real play in it. And it always reminds me, back to Kendall real quick, it always reminds me what that political candidate said. Look, we're not our fathers, because thank God we're not, and I always think about that, episode. I think that was episode 5 or episode 5 when that ended up happening. So back to Shiv. She's going to be her mother. She's going to be in a loveless marriage. She's going to be properly used by Lucas and everything. But yeah, so what do you guys think about this episode? What do y'all think about the season finale? I thought it was great. Everything fell into place. I hated that Kendall did that. I've seen all this in Shiv all along, because it is what it is. She's just that type of person. She could dish it, but she can't handle it. But she did get him the real deal. So it all being said, none of them needed it. And I don't think she did it for Tom, or she did it for her selfishness, because she didn't want to see Kendall in the position. But besides that, none of them deserved it, okay? So they didn't have belief in each other. I thought the one good moment when they was making a meal fit for a king, I thought that was so beautiful. And it just switched so quick. I felt like the mother was very genuine, happy that Roman came over there to visit her. Peter, whatever. I heard old people were saying that she only wanted him. She actually wanted them over there for Peter, but she also enjoyed the company. Connor. We always forget about Connor. Connor did really good. Him and Wilma, they're going to be doing great. So, it is what it is. So, tell me what you guys think, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.